Hello, friends. I cannot wait to share with you today my baked pumpkin pie oatmeal recipe. And this is a great recipe to enjoy in the fall this time of year. I've been enjoying it for breakfast for some time now, and it's a really cool combination of like a pumpkin pie feel because the bottom is basically like a pumpkin pie without the crust, and then having some oatmeal on top, which creates your crust on top. I specifically prefer the steel cut oats texture. I have made it with the regular oats and I just don't really like that texture as much. And I have an instant oatmeal pack recipe that I make, and I just throw that in a jar, pour some hot water over it, mix it up, and use that for the next several days on top of my pumpkin pie recipe. And I will link that video in the description box below if you're interested. I just love the wholesome ingredients that are in this recipe, which make it anti-inflammatory, and also just some of the spices and things that are just so good for you, and also just really signature for this time of year, and a super delicious pumpkin recipe. In the glass dish that I had been baking this pumpkin pie recipe in, it would often stick so much whenever I was done, and was a lot of scrubbing, and I wasn't really a fan of that. So I have found if I mix it in a bowl and then put some parchment paper in my bowl, that really prevents or makes cleanup super simple and easy. And I do usually spray the parchment paper so that it doesn't stick on there as well, and oftentimes I'll end up cutting or trimming the parts that are sticking out so it's not sticking out so tall. I just love how this comes together. When you take it out like this, it almost reminds me of something pretty that you would get at a bakery, super fancy. And I just love how it holds together so nicely, and how the oatmeal on top really does become like a crust. It's kind of like an upside down pumpkin pie, and yet it's a healthy carb for you versus the traditional like white flour crust that's on the bottom. And this is just a lovely healthy meal. I added some yogurt here on top, super delicious. And for those who cannot have dairy, I have been enjoying a vanilla mousse on the side with this, and it has been an excellent alternative. As a Trim Healthy Mama coach, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my free Facebook community where I give tips and encouragement. There's accountability and inspiration along your health and wellness journey.